It's time for your Go Time music. Last summer, Matthew Leggat had a vision and said, I want to come here with a league. Pal Racing said, we will sanction it. And now, 34 cars attempted to qualify. Only 30 made the field this season over in Michigan. Into the restart zone. If they drop the green flag, Dylan Herviton will see it. And ladies and gentlemen, we are green, 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 green. And already we see Dylan Herviton under attack for that lead for the first 20 laps or so, maybe around 15 with how hard these guys are going to push. It's going to be drafting. It's going to look like you're at Atlanta Super Speedway until those tires wear off. Draft is everything. Build those runs. 3 wide for the lead. Matthew Leggat, your Season 1 champion and league owner, looks to the inside, looks for the lead. They're 3 abreast down the backstretch. That's Hunter East making his Frontier Truck Tour debut in the middle. Herviton will get the run on the top line. Look at Stephen James, the butt snorkeler, up to the rear end of Herviton. Again, Herviton is just doing a fantastic job of defense right now. Mason Thompson now moves into that third position. 3 wide just behind that Stephen James, Nick Tucker, Hunter East in order from top to bottom. Ricky Mandoka, Ronnie Lane might have made slight nose contact there. And Gould is just unable to power around the 67. Bottom line has the advantage right there. Gould's not getting a good push from anybody. Right now, 3 trucks, 3 separate lines through turns 1 and 2, making sure Clean Air gets to that nose. Hunter East will make the pass on Aiden Gould for that second position. Does he have anything for Herviton? I really like how East is tracking down the corner. Looks like he gets fresh air. He'll be able to get to the inside. That's been the advantageous line. And just maybe he gets the lead from the 66. Clears Herviton with ease. Herviton looks for the crossover. I don't think he's able to get there. And Hunter East will officially take the lead from Dylan Herviton. And now, trucks hit pit road, and it seems like it happened all at once. Hunter East led them down pit road. We sit on the exit of pit road. Pace truck just in front of us, kind of blocking the view. I told him not to park there. I guess he didn't listen. But appears the majority of the leaders, the trucks staying out, involve Nicholas Tucker, Jacob Alicia, Douglas Henry, Raymond Wimmer, Aaron Warren, and Logan Wilson. The rest of the field came to pit road. It appears Dylan Herviton has beat Hunter East out of pit road. I wonder if Pete Tart will just ride around in the wake, save some tire, and then make a run a little bit later. Knowing that, he very well could have fresher tires if he just has some patience. 4 trucks running all together in their own little bushel. Gould inside of Thompson has Leggat to his inside. Will clear the bottom. And they have actually caught the leaders. I don't know what happened. I don't think they should have caught that fast. Maybe it is the draft. But all of a sudden, 3-car battle for the lead turns into 6 hungry hippos. 7, I correct myself. And now Mason Thompson, out of nowhere, slingshots to the lead. Gould will have to fall in line with Ricky Mandoka. Hunter East, Dylan Herviton, Matthew Leggat, and Pete Tart shuffles back to the 7th position. Battle for the lead gets on 2 by 2. Mandoka looked for it. Thompson holds on to it. Hunter East, Pete Tart. Bumper to bumper, pushing down the back straightaway. Hervitzen and Legat pull side by side. Aiden looks to the inside, 3 wide down the back straightaway. Stephen James giving the 67 a push. Hervitzen will re-clear this pack into the 3rd position. Hunter East, Pete Tart, side by side. That's for the 4th position. Meanwhile, this pack has yet to been able to catch Mandoka and Mason Thompson. They're still a second and a half ahead. We just saw Douglas Henry exiting pit road. I don't know if this is an alternate strategy. He was the only one to pit on lap 47. We'll see if that's a little bit early compared to the leaders. There's Ricky Mandoka and Mason Thompson, 2nd and 1st. And then just behind, Hunter East, while we were looking at Doug, made the move that Matt was making and gets to the 3rd position. Your leaders now entering lap traffic. Mason and Ricky were able to get back to being nose-to-tail contact. I just saw it on the right side of the screen. Hervitzen and East made contact as they were 3 wide with lap truck Jake Hare. I don't know really what caused those two to make contact. East gave Jake Hare a lot of room. Hervitzen might not have been ready for the 24 to be that low. Stephen James back in line. Mason Thompson and Ricky Mandoka also hit pit road. I also see Stephen James, Aiden Gould, Matthew Legat. Ricky Mandoka now under attack by Stephen James. Here's Pete Tart, Aiden Gould, with Hervitzen and Hunter East just behind. 3 wide for a 3rd. Gould on the bottom. Stephen James up top. Issue for Ricky Mandoka. Going backwards at the moment. Maybe these 2 lap fresher tires have a bigger difference in speed at the beginning of the run than I expected, because they've already caught Mason Thompson. And here comes Pete Tart, challenging for the lead. At the line, 25 laps to go here at Michigan, the season opener in the Frontier Truck Tour. Aiden Gould now looks to the inside for that lead. Mason Thompson will fade back to Stephen James, side by side for the lead at Michigan. The last pit stop of the race leads us to a 30-lap run between these two and much of the trucks behind. If we stay green, that was the last pit stop of the race. There are no extra tire sets on the wall. Gould will clear. Pete Tart right in his wake. Hervitzen outside. Hunter East inside. Gould jumps up in front of Thompson. Thompson to the inside. A big move out of the 52. Can he get alongside the 8 truck? Not quite. Gould can re-clear. Here comes Hunter East. Gives the 52 a push. This is a big move out of Hunter East. He's doing all he can to get into this battle. Side by side with the lap truck of Logan Wilson. It's a big move to the inside. 3 wide bottom for the lead. Side by side with Gould. Gould goes down to the 67. Slows him down in front of Logan Wilson. Logan Wilson bumper to the 8 truck. Again, Logan lap car. Still running his own race. A little cautious of this lead battle. Pop-Tart Pete. Dylan Hervitzen were side by side. Hervitzen will re-attack Gould once again. Aiden Gould leading still. One big move out of Hervitzen to close that gap in front of Logan Wilson. And now he will look to the inside of Aiden Gould. Not quite. Logan Wilson, the lap truck, still in this battle. Logan Wilson pushes up the track into the leaders. Logan Wilson, He's doing everything he can right now to stay on the lead lap. He's allowed to do this. He's allowed to run his own race. If a caution comes out, he doesn't have to worry about a free pass to the lucky dog. He could rejoin the field after a pit stop if so. Doing what he can, but these leaders are probably not happy with the 86. Hunter East, Aiden Gould, Dylan Herbertson, Pete Hart. As they exit turn 4, Hunter East will clear for the lead, and Hunter East, making his first start in Frontier, is leading with 10 laps to go at the flag stand. As he comes through turns 3 and 4, the last time we saw Hunter East, he was winning in PAL. A hiatus returns to Frontier, and he will win the season opener here at Michigan.
Dude, that was...
Honorable.
Good one, Har.
Welcome back.
Yeah, go ahead, Hunter.
The band.
Welcome back.
Feels a little too close. Hopefully I have enough to do a bird out.
It's got a sputter going on the front.
I'm out of gas
Yeah.
now. I'm out of gas.
So you heard Hunter East was also cutting it close with fuel. A congratulatory salute from Pete Hart, Spencer Burton, and Aiden Gould. Dylan Herbertson and Pete Hart also come by to give him some congratulatory bumps. And Hunter East wins the first race here at Michigan. He might even be out of fuel. He's definitely coasting it, doing all he can to have enough for the burnout. Herbertson brings home second, Gould third, Pete Hart fourth, Matthew Legatt fifth, Alicia sixth, Thompson seventh, Stephen James eighth, Nicholas Tucker ninth. But it'll be Hunter East who picks up the win here, burning it down just in front of the flag stand. And with the last remaining fuel he has, burn it down in victory lane so he doesn't have to go anywhere. Parks it on the Mobile One logo. Let's go ahead and talk to today's winner here at Michigan, Hunter East. Hunter, this is No in the Booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
The last time I talked to you in the professional setting, you had just picked up your what was it, 5th win of your career in PAL racing, and now Frontier Truck Tour, number 1. It was hard fought. Talk about the battles you had. It was a 30-lap shootout between you, Herbertson, Gould, Hart, Legatt, and Thompson to win tonight at Michigan.
Yeah, it was crazy. This race was really in the 3 runs. The first run, I just wanted to settle in, know the guys around me, see how they're going to race, and they race absolutely phenomenal. Everyone in here raced phenomenal. And then the second run, we all knew we had to save gas, and there was this just huge pack of cars that was just saving gas. So it got a little hairy in that. And the third run, once we saved enough, we went all for it, and man, was it fun. Battles everywhere, pushes, I'd say like an old day race almost. A little looseness in there, but it was a lot of fun.
Hunter, win number 1 for you in Frontier. How many more do you think you got in you? We got Dover next week, Daytona Road Course is week number 4, Talladega, Eldora in the schedule.
Looks there from the Daytona Road Course, Dega, and Eldora. I cannot tell you. I don't know my road course skills in trucks or dirt skills, but Dover is usually a good track position will matter a lot, though, so we'll just see how the practice plays out, see what the lines and grooves are, and then where the rubbers will be good. The other 3 are just going to be really fun to watch, though.
Alrighty, Hunter, congratulations on the win, the first race back for Frontier Truck Tour Season 2. We'll send Hunter down, and now we'll grab your P2 finisher, your pole sitter for tonight, Dylan Herbertson. Dylan, this is No in the Booth. You got a copy?
I got you. What's up, man?
Well, you sat on the pole. You had a really good run. You led a lot of laps tonight. What were you missing, or what mistakes did you make to not be able to fend off Hunter East there, who it looked like he might have had a little bit of a tire advantage due to saving?
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell because it feels like the truck's kind of loose, and it doesn't. I was plowing really hard coming off of 2 towards the end of that run, the last 10 laps or so. But overall, I'll take second. Hunter's really good, and it's good to see some guys who are competitive in here. And I don't mind losing that way. Straight up, great job by him. I hate that I got into him there when we were 3 wide. I didn't have a push to talk, and I couldn't really hear my spotter because my headset is screwing up again. So I didn't hear 3 wide, so that's my bad. But he just did a little bit. He was more disciplined than I was. I wanted to kind of go, and I knew that I had to stay back, so I tried to stick with him. But when you see guys running away in front of you, it's hard not to want to chase after it with them. But either way, it worked out. I'll take second. Second's good. It's a good way to start off the season, better than last year.
At the top of the show, I was like, hey, who's going to be a threat out there? Who you watching out for? Now we're at the end of the show. Are there any names you're going to be putting down in your notebook to keep an eye on as the season progresses?
Well, I think everybody that I named finished in the top 6.
Yeah.
So I want to say I was pretty good with my guess on that one. But yeah, all those guys, like I said, those guys were the ones last year. Even Pete, even though he only made a couple starts, we know he's good in PAL. And Hunter's my first time racing with him, but he did good. And like I said, I saw his I rating and whatnot. So I figured he'd probably be pretty good. And he came out and put it to us all. So either way, it was good. And I'm excited to race with these guys the rest of the season.
Alrighty, Dylan. Congratulations on P2. You had a really good run. You got the pole. We'll see you next week at Dover.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll send Herberton back down. Let's grab the man who tied Matthew Legat for the championship last season, lost due to a tiebreaker, had a great run again tonight, but came up short. Aiden, in the booth, you got a copy?
Sure I do.
Well, Aiden, it was a hard-fought race out of you. You were definitely one of the most aggressive guys out there, just pushing the tires really hard, taking advantage of the draft, making big moves. What data have you learned here at Michigan to apply later in the season, knowing that Hunter Reese, Dylan Herberton, Pete Tart, and even Mason Thompson were putting up really good fights and just some world-class, Michigan truck racing?
Well, I learned how to save fuel. I was short by 2 laps, and I was able to make it. I thought the racing was actually pretty entertaining, and I guess the fuel saving all that early was definitely a big part of it. And there with like the last 20 laps and so battling with Hunter, Dylan, Pete, and then I guess you can count Logan Wilson as the lap car trying to get his lap back. That was pretty fun. And it was just enjoyable. We know those guys are going to be up there every week, and I'm going to have to be up there as well.
Alrighty, Aiden, congratulations on the top 3, getting those points early in the season. I will see you next week at what will be Dover.
Dover. All right. I'll see you there.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude tonight's racing action and the Frontier Truck Tour. Tomorrow at right around 8:20, join in for the PAL Racing inaugural Dirt Series, Volusia and the Dirt Late Models. Wednesday night will be an off night, but Thursday will be when we head into the Lickety Splits Dirt Race. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Noah Longer. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to a One Grid TV production, and I will see you next time.